Good evening. It is just before midnight on May 16th, 2020, and I just want to share with you I had misplaced or didn't know exactly where some of my journals were, and I had found them tonight, and because there were some dates missing, and so I knew there was some missing. I just didn't realize how many were missing. So it just so happens that I opened this first one that I open up, and I have a stack of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think, or 6 journals, and just so happens that when I go to look for the date through the pages that I had opened, it happens to be May 16th, 2019. So a year ago from today, I just happened to find the journal and be led to this place today, or this evening, that is reflective of, in some ways, I'm in the same place that I was in some ways as I was a year ago. And in these writings, I had written about a book called The Calvary Road. It's really good. It's by a person named, I think, Roy Hession. And in that, I was describing just the front part of the narrative, or the preface in the book. But what I wanted to share with you is that in the book it says something about the rain just pouring, or pouring out, outpouring of the rain during the heart cleansing process, in real time. Like when the person was writing the book, they were sharing that in real time the rain was just pouring. Well, in real time last year at this time, it was pouring in that early morning that I had looked at it. And then tonight, when I am reading this, it was pouring outside. So it's kind of interesting, just like the I guess time cycle, almost like locked in time. I don't know. And then I journaled about my grandparents, because again, if you saw the last video I just did, just really short, just not too long ago, they were married on this date many years ago, and I didn't remember how many years ago they were married on this date, but I guess this year will be 89 years that it's been since they got married on this date. Anyway, they're just a great example for me. So in my process here, I'm waiting for, I've been waiting for my true love, which was revealed in December 2018. And I did have contact on the phone with him at that time, but he has not initiated any contact, I don't believe, since then. But God keeps showing me in many different ways and unusual ways that he is still coming, and I understand now, which I didn't know at the time. And then, I mean, I understand that he's been here a number of times, and I didn't recognize it at first. And then the one day that I did recognize that he was there, it's like I just freaked out. I don't know. I just didn't know how to handle it, I guess, and I regret that night. But since then, I've prayed about it, and again, God has just keeps giving me different things that happen that just reveal to me that he's still going to be coming. He's still going to be a part of my life, and we will be a part of each other's lives. But on this date, back in May 2019, God had revealed to me that purification and refining was necessary. So, and I was just so broken and weak, at that time. And anyway, And then I had some songs on my heart, at the cross, and then, and I guess I was listening to some songs, sorry. During this time I was journaling early in the morning, and Casting Crowns, Loving My Jesus was another one. And then, see what else was I wanting to share with you. Just that God was giving me instructions, and I was doing the things that He wanted me to do and trying to check it off, but when you're really in tune with God, I mean, He will reveal a lot to you. And if you ask and keep asking what He wants you to do, I mean, He'll keep adding to the list. So it's like He's keeping your mind and heart, more in tune with Him because of that too, because He's wanting you to complete these tasks. So I see there's some things that I haven't finished, that were started back a year ago. And I'm just going to share with you that, when you're drawing close to the Lord and you are doing the things that He wants you to do and you're keeping your eyes on Him, you have to be so careful, because the enemy is going to try to bring in different people into your lives, different situations, different circumstances in your life that will, it'll be a distraction. The enemy will try to take you off focusing on God, off of completing the tasks that God wants you to do, away from, praying and reading the Bible, praising God. I mean, anything to do with God, the enemy is going to try to pull you away from your relationship with God, and he's going to try to keep you from finishing the tasks that God has planned for you, and to doubt the promises that God has given you as an individual. And just remember, you need to go back and reread those promises that God's given you, and just keep focused on God like He says. And the things that God has purpose in your life will come sooner, I think, the more we stay focused on Him. I see in my own life at that time, I had gotten off focus by trying to help other people that I thought would be able to help me, and I thought, it was a good win-win situation, I thought. But it ended up being that those people ended up being takers, and they did take me off track and off my focus and slowed me down or held me back, or, I was distracted. And anyway, here I am a year later from that point where I was doing good. But I am now, being refocused here and back on track. And the gap is getting narrower, and I believe my true love will be for real, revealing Himself soon. And I just want to encourage those ladies in waiting, just keep in tune with the Lord, heart, mind, and soul. Okay? Keep trusting Him and keep believing and walking out your faith. Okay? God bless.